Hey guys, I'm Maddie and welcome back to my channel. I gave up alcohol about a month and a half ago. I stopped drinking on April 15th of this year, 2024. And today when I'm filming this is the 27th of May. So about pretty much exactly a month and a half ago, I stopped drinking for like mental health reasons and also for like physical health. I just found I was using alcohol to numb out and to cope with unwanted feelings, unwanted experiences, to help myself feel more relaxed in social situations. And I was just relying on the alcohol to get me through my life, and I didn't like that. Also, I'm on a weight loss journey, so it's a little bit more difficult to lose weight while still consuming alcohol, especially the amount that I was. So I've given it up for that as well. This last weekend, I went to my first event, my first outing since being sober, and I wanted to talk about it because it was freaking hard. So to start off, on Saturday, we had a fundraising gala for our local hospital, and I went with my boyfriend Dustin, my parents, and a couple of people that my parents are friends with, and also Dustin's dad was there as well. And we started off by going to one of my parents' friends' place for some pre-drinks. And there they were having mojitos, and I love mojitos. Mojitos are my fave. So automatically walking in there and people being like, oh, here, have a drink. I gotta be like, no, it's okay. Like, it's fine, like, no thank you. And I was driving, I was DDing, so I couldn't get obliterated, but even if I were DDing in the past, I would have had like a drink or two, because this was at like 4 o'clock and we were planning on staying there all night, so I could have had a couple drinks and still been okay. But this was also my first time turning down drinks in front of like this group of people, and no one really pushed it or asked me why I wasn't drinking or anything like that. Like, they were all very respectful about it, which was amazing. Not that I expected anything different, because like, we're all adults, we're all mature people, but you know, like, I kind of wondered if somebody would question why I wasn't drinking, but that never happened. It was still hard to turn down a drink for myself because they're freaking strawberry and mint mojitos. Like, I love that shit. I would have been all over it. But anyways, turned it down, and it was just hard being in front of people while they were all drinking and enjoying it, and I was just sipping on my water. Anyways, so it was fine. We were like pre-gaming for a little bit, and then we went to the actual event. And when you first walk into the event, there is a signature cocktail, and that was a gin something or other, and clear alcohol, vodka, and gin. That was my shit. I love that stuff. So turning down a gin, a free gin drink, mind you, that was so hard when literally there's people standing at the door just handing them out, because it was like an age of majority event, so everyone there had to be over 19 anyways, so they're just handing them out. And that happened when you first walked in. There's like a line of people on each side. So what I did is I kind of parked myself right in the middle of the group so that I wasn't on the direct outside, directly beside everyone passing out the drinks as we walked in. I like wedged myself between like my mom and Dustin, and then they got the drinks and I just kind of followed down the center. And then when you got to the end, there was a wall of drinks, so you know, you could grab one there. That was hard. I almost slipped up there. That spot particularly almost got me, because not that you're cornered, but when you're being singled out almost, and someone is directly offering you a free drink, and you don't want to come across as being rude when you say no, even though it shouldn't be seen as rude, but it kind of is, I think. So that was really hard. I almost asked Dustin, like, would you think less of me if I were to take this drink and to have it? I know I could have just grabbed it and given it to someone else, but I don't think I could have trusted myself doing that. I'm pretty sure I would have drank it if I did grab it. And yeah, like, it took a lot of willpower. It was very awkward. And so that was difficult just coming in. While everyone else is enjoying their beverage, I am walking in empty-handed. And then once we got into the actual venue, as soon as you walk in, there's the beer tickets and there's the bar. So that Dustin went, I went with him, got some tickets, and then went up to the bar, and then it was just very overwhelming, honestly. It was like, because it's more out of habit getting tickets and going to the bar and getting a drink. Not that I necessarily wanted one, but that's just what you do. That's how you start off the night. That's how you kind of let loose, relax into the environment, things like that, with a drink in your hand. So Dustin went up, got his drink, and like I was freaking thirsty at that point, but I was just like very overwhelmed and overstimulated by everything going on, and kind of got into a freeze state and just didn't really know what to do. So he got his drink. I was just kind of not awkward, but kind of like I just felt lost without having something in my hand. But anyways, we like mingled with some other people, and then we found our table. And then, you know, as the night gets going, it became a little bit easier because people would just go to the bar as they pleased. It's not like a group event where we all go up to the bar together and get a drink. And one thing though, I saved so much money. It was $5 a drink, and I didn't drink anything. But mind you, the non-alcoholic options are so slim. It's either you have pop, water, or I think there's like orange juice or pineapple juice, like for mixers. No other like fun non-alcoholic drink options, like nothing. So I drank a lot of water and had like 2 Diet Pepsis because there was just nothing else for me to have. Another thing though, didn't have to go to the bathroom as often, so that was great. It was very strange being sober there because I've never been sober at an event. I've always been the one drinking. Like there might have been once or twice where I've driven home, but it does not happen very often. So it was very strange seeing other people get intoxicated, and like I had a great time. Okay, I wouldn't say I had a great time. I had a good time being there. It's definitely very different being sober. That's not as high that night. Like you don't feel the high, the endorphins, is that what it is? The dopamine hits. Like I just had a very like level night. It was great. I talked to the people I wanted to talk to. I didn't feel it necessary to go talk to people I wouldn't usually, and not out of a snarky way, but I just didn't feel like the people pleasing in me needed to go and talk to everyone. I just talked to those I wanted to. And I was able to enjoy the food because last year I got too drunk and just didn't really enjoy the food. I was more in control of what I was eating, was able to listen to my body when I was full. Like I didn't overeat, didn't undereat. I ate what I wanted to. I had a great time dancing. I actually got to enjoy the music and the band there. I ate some dessert, I had some carrot cake, which was phenomenal. But I just kind of felt on the outside a little bit like that I was not really missing out on something, but I just wasn't reaching the level that everyone else around me was because I wasn't intoxicated. I literally was dry sober, like dead sober, no alcohol in my system at all. So I didn't also have like that rush and like that high and that adrenaline, I guess you could say. I was very aware of what I was doing. I was very aware of everyone else. So I was a little bit irritated just because I've never been the sober one with everyone else drunk. So I was like slightly irritated at some points just because drunk people are annoying, I've realized. And I can say that because I know for a fact I was the annoying drunk one as well. It's fine. Like I know I will learn to get used to it or whatever, or tolerate it. And it's just hard. It's very weird being on the other side of it where I'm the sober one and like seeing everyone else drunk. But I didn't say anything I didn't want to. I didn't do anything I didn't want to. And I'm just so proud of myself that I stuck to my guns and that I followed through with being sober the whole night. I could drive home. I wasn't worried about how I was getting home or calling someone to come pick me up. I was the responsible one. I kept all my I left with all of my belongings that I came with. And yeah, it was just, I didn't have that social lubricant, which I am learning to be social without it, and I'm proud of myself. I did talk to a few other people that I wouldn't usually, and it was fine. It was great actually. But just at the very, very beginning was awkward and the hardest part for me, and it got easier as the night went on, but like, to be honest, I was ready to leave by 11. I think we stayed till like 1 or 1:30 even, which was like late enough for me, but I felt so good the next day. I was not hungover. I was able to get up and be productive. I was able to do my nighttime routine. I didn't wash my face, but I took my supplements and I read a chapter of my book before I went to bed because I hadn't done that day yet, and I'm doing 75 hard right now. So I was just very proud of myself, and I just didn't have that anxiety the next day. Like, what a freeing feeling. The feeling of not being hungover is so much better than the feeling of being drunk. I didn't replay the conversations in my head. I didn't spiral the next day. I didn't have those self-deprecating thoughts. I didn't make myself feel like shit. I was able to just move on. I didn't have to replay the night from start to finish, looking where I messed up or where I went wrong or who I offended or who I embarrassed myself in front of. I was just able to carry on with my day, and oh my God, let me tell you, that is a wonderful feeling. So long story short, it was hard. I almost slipped up, but I was able to keep pushing through and just get through it because I knew I would be pretty disappointed in myself if I did have that drink. So I just kind of sucked up those feelings, felt the awkwardness, felt the tension, I guess, between myself and like the bartenders and the bar and the alcohol behind there. One thing frustrating, no other really sober options except water or pop, or like some juice, but I don't know if they would have made me like a non-alcoholic or a virgin of the signature drink. I didn't ask because one step at a time, going there sober was a challenge enough. I didn't need to announce it to the world either, but no one questioned me about it the whole night. Yeah, it was a great success, and I'm very, very proud of myself. It's hard, but if you are doing this, I believe in you. Just know that the next day you're gonna feel great. In the moment, it might be hard to get through, but just feel the feelings and keep pushing. I believe in you. You got this if you are doing it as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.